tell me a little bit about that? Did things get a little bit personal now?
Yeah, a little bit more personal because, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not going to do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried.
The just concluded press conference between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez.
The press conference between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez just wrapped up. In the middle of the event, I had to hang up the phone. Canelo Alvarez struck Terence Crawford following another chaotic incident in the crowd. As a result, Canelo will have to face a fine from boxing officials for his actions.
About the shove, that moment that happened on stage.
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more.
According to a statement released after the incident, Terence Crawford said he had planned to hold back his anger until fight night, but Canelo Alvarez provoked him. Crawford added he would settle things in the ring no matter what and told fans to watch closely. After deciding they didn't need to be polite, the two fighters began pushing, swearing, and even throwing objects at each other. It was clear that few people were prepared for this level of tension. Officials quickly stepped in, asking both sides to stay calm and show respect, as the situation was getting out of control.
I'm gonna let him down, man. You know what I mean? I don't care about him down.
Yeah. Can I just ask, obviously he pushed you at the last press conference. Do you think at that point you got in his head for that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's in his head. I don't know what he's thinking about, So I don't know.
Things could spiral further on fight night if this tension continues. One of them could suffer the first knockout loss of their career, and the bout may unfold far differently than planned. Canelo also heard harsh words from Terence Crawford coach just before the fight. McIntyre reportedly believed Crawford would dominate Canelo with ease on the night. He was said to claim they would beat him decisively inside the ring. He admitted it would not be simple, but insisted they planned to overwhelm him with pressure and power. That's exactly what McIntyre said. I promise you. I haven't led you off track at all. I'm not in the business of exaggerating. When I tried to bring up Errol Spence Jr., no one would listen. Crawford, his fighter, made a statement about the fight that showed more confidence than ever, insisting he would easily beat Canelo. He promised that he would win in their next matchup. As a former true middleweight champion who has never lost, Crawford is preparing to head to Las Vegas. Fans who expected Canelo to claim the unbeaten super middleweight title on September 13th were mistaken, according to the 41-0 star.
Don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside the...
Before his fight with Canelo, Crawford told his fans in Nebraska that all the doubters would be upset when they got home. After a brief talk at the end of the fight, press conference host Todd Grisham asked both fighters about the upcoming matchup. Crawford said he doesn't care how a fight ends if it comes down to the wire. He likes staying in control of what he can manage. He doesn't focus on the judges. He only thinks about his skills and how to handle things inside the ring. He added that, for him, that's what winning the battle really means.
And I meant that. I meant that. Yes, sir. Make a beat that. Everybody's talking about the size and, me being a smaller fighter. But if you look on the stage, I've been sparring these big dudes my whole career.
As I said, any boxer can be knocked out. Canelo has a strong chin and plenty of skill. There have been times he got hurt, but never badly enough to be considered weak. Still, anyone can be stopped under the right conditions. I'm always the one who steps up and takes charge. When I had a job, I handled all the work myself. Canelo can't ruin my moment. It's really that simple. Crawford is tough, and Canelo knows it, which is why he's moving up 2 weight classes to face him.
A lot of fighters would like to put on a weight restriction to this type of fight. Why didn't you want to do that?
Because I want him at his best. I don't want no excuses. I don't want no, reasons why, he didn't feel good or anything.
I want him at his best.
When asked about his September 13th fight against an undisputed champion who was perfect in 2 weight classes, the Mexican star said size wasn't a concern. He explained that he had already performed well in the ring earlier in his career. "I've been in this position before, and I'm not worried about that," Canelo said. "I don't think about going to work. I always prepare fully for every fight, no matter the challenge. I'm here to win, and I focus on winning all the time. This experience has changed my perspective. I'm grateful for Netflix, Turkey, and all the fighters. My first goal is to make history, and I'm happy to be here."
Would you say from memory that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? How long his arms and things like that. Just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like.
The messages the main fighters shared with fans before the big fight helped set the mood for what was coming. Crawford reminded everyone that he is always ready and always brings his best, thanking fans for their constant support. He said their backing means everything to him and hoped they would be there to cheer when he wins. As the team traveled from Omaha, Nebraska to Las Vegas, Crawford told everyone to stay sharp and look their best. He also promised Bud that he would take care of Canelo so they could later focus on the next major goal they had already been planning.
Of experts, I think Canelo's not the same fighter. His punch output's a lot less. What do you think, considering the last 12 months or so? Is he the same fighter he was maybe a few years ago?
I think he is. I just think, he just wasn't up for the skull fight. And I think, different fighters bring different, energies out of other fighters.
A lot of people are judging you on the Madrimov fight, saying you struggled moving up in weight, you're going further up in weight, and they're saying that's going to go against you based on the Madrimov fight. How do you kind of...
Said he only tells his team to suit up because it is going to be a big day for boxing, and they plan to bring more titles home. He believes history is close, and that Crawford will be remembered as an unbeaten champion across 3 divisions and the first boxer ever to achieve it. He made it clear he does not need to learn from anyone else and will not back down because fighting is all he has ever done. Crawford said he stands his ground and delivers what he promises in the ring. Before facing Madrimov, he had already secured 11 straight knockout wins, showing his dominance. At the same time, it is important to look at recent years as well. Alvarez, now 34, said this fight matters enough to be remembered. He pointed to past tough battles and said that even when things get rough, winning is what matters most.
Listen, I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. The Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights.
Ryan Garcia, the well-known fighter, recently shared his thoughts on the huge matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, who had never lost a fight. Garcia, currently the undisputed super middleweight champion, has faced Alvarez before. Many people think he could fight again in the future, possibly against former champion Manny Pacquiao. Garcia, a former WBC interim lightweight champion, spoke about this week's highly anticipated fight in Las Vegas. The California native believes there's only one clear path for Crawford to win, and he doubts the Nebraska star can pull it off. Still, Garcia, known for his honesty and skill, said he's confident Crawford would come out on top in their historic title clash.
For Canelo, Rod. Keep it a stack. This is the fight of the century. Everybody's talking.
I know.
How do you see it, man?
Man, I really see I see that Bud is gonna do good. He's gonna do good. But I don't think he's gonna win. But I do see Bud getting a lot of punches off, being able to tag Canelo with some...
Expects Canelo to try to take control at the start of the fight, but thinks that early attack will fail, even though Canelo still has the skills to win later on. Garcia said, "I don't think he's going to win, but he'll perform well. It doesn't matter how tough it gets. I can see him landing a few hooks and a lot of other shots on Canelo. That's the challenge. Nothing has changed. Canelo is just getting more attention. And I still see that happening."
To
tag Canelo with some good shots, but they have no effect. That's the thing.
He has the best chin that I've ever seen.
And nothing moves his head.
Yeah, I've never. So I seen one time Triple G hit him, and he kind of like, and then he's right back on it.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, I know he's gonna be able to hit Canelo because I've seen Canelo in sparring where he like, not that he's getting hit, but he is.
Netflix's Andre Ward, who will be showcasing the Crawford versus Canelo fight, has shared his thoughts on how he thinks it will play out. He said being in the ring is one of Canelo's greatest strengths. Canelo always stays upright and composed, even in tough moments, which makes him look in control. After seeing Canelo's Instagram story last month, Ward said it seemed impossible to relax. That kind of presence, he explained, could intimidate and tire out his opponent.
In the beginning, because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez are punchers first, boxers second. Ward said both can box if they want, but their main goal is to hurt their opponent. Boxing gives many fighters focus and discipline, but these two know how to use their power effectively. Ward believes that by September, both will be able to balance punching and boxing. While he talked about their strengths, he didn't say who he thought would win the fight.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
and
night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
Ward made his prediction clear in an interview with Fight Hype on August 29th. I'm going with Terence Crawford, he said, noting the challenge of the big weight jump. He added that Crawford would need to handle Canelo's strength and prove he can break his opponent's will in the ring, calling it a dangerous task. Ward clarified he didn't mean to disrespect Canelo and emphasized that he isn't blindly betting on Crawford to win. Crawford has to earn it by showing he can accomplish the victory. Ward went on to share further thoughts after that.
If Canelo for Terence Crawford, I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford quickly broke their promise to stay civil, turning their press conference into one of the most unusual and heated moments in press conference history.
Because we are two fighters. Yeah, two fighters, but we are true fighters. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters. Huh? Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course. They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fight. Yeah. We don't need to start. I am sure in the end in the mid of September.
The two fighters didn't hold back like they usually do with other opponents. They openly mocked each other. But I think I know who started it.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't look different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You're gonna see.
We'll see. We'll see. We're
gonna see.
The fight is being called the fight of the century. Alvarez didn't expect it to be close since Crawford is moving up from light middleweight. He didn't think the matchup would benefit him much, so he canceled another fight with a former lightweight opponent that looked promising. When asked what would happen to his record if he lost to Crawford, a two-time undisputed champion, the 33-year-old Canelo calmly replied, "He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He won't be able to handle me. I think this fight will definitely go down in fighting history."
He's patient enough. He knows what he needs to do. But if he prepares for one thing, you come to the ring and do something different, that I know what it was that night. That night, he knew he had to impress. And he knew that, if you know Terrence's style, he's trying to line up that straight left, you know, and he got to a point where that became, I gotta have this firework.
He's a great fighter, but not as good as me, Alvarez said at a press conference. I have the experience. People only talk about my power, but I have much more than that. This will be one of the best fights I've ever had. The 34-year-old Alvarez began boxing professionally at 15 and has since won 67 fights, 27 world titles, and 11 major crowns. He told Crawford, "You will not be able to beat me. Don't worry about it." Crawford laughed and smiled, replying confidently, "These belts are definitely going home with me."
Not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
Even after 26 fights, Crawford is still the boxer most fighters can only aspire to be. In a respectful nod to Claressa Shields, the American champion who achieved the same feat in women's boxing, Crawford, the 19-time world champion and unbeaten two-weight king, said he aims to be the first man to win 3 belts. "You don't have to tell me, but I will claim them on fight night. I promise you," he said. "I'm not like everyone else." Referring to Canelo, who has fought at weights between 150 and 175 pounds, Crawford added, "Nothing has changed. I'm calling myself a winner because I am someone special. You'll see, I'm different from the rest."
Whenever I gotta fight, I'm gonna win. Simple as that. I'm not gonna let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I could tell you that. But I will be, you know.
He turned pro in 2008 at just 20 years old, while Alvarez had started his professional career even earlier, at 15. After publicly supporting Crawford, Alashik said, "This is the fight he's always wanted." Canelo was now ready, representing one of the great fighters from a previous era who is still active, alongside names like Oscar de la Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather. "We both grew up," he said. "I didn't get to the biggest fights before. This is my big fight. It's my turn now." In August, Crawford defeated 30-year-old Israel Madrimov to claim the middleweight world title and hasn't fought since. Canelo regained his undisputed 168-pound title in May by defeating 32-year-old Ryan "Skull" Williams.
Point where that became, I gotta have this firework at the end of the night, and that's what he was stuck on. He won't make that kind of mistake against Canelo Alvarez. And again, you know, coming to the ring, I don't think he expected Madrimov to have this counter-punching style that he came to the ring with, you know.
He excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about, I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing.
He's currently part of a Netflix-featured matchup against Crawford, set to headline either in the ring or another venue. Crawford said, "I can't lose to Canelo." The fight is scheduled for the 60,000-seat Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. He added, "Come on, man. What do you have planned? I don't need to talk to anyone else about it. Everyone is against me, but I'll never say another man can beat me. That's my answer."
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we got to fight, and I'm going to win the fight. It's simple as that.
Can I ask you about if there's any rematch clause with this fight with Canelo?
No, it's not.
Is that something you pushed for?
No, I didn't.
And is any weight restrictions to the fight at all?
No, it's not.
However they rate me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we've got to fight, and I'm going to win. It's that simple. When asked about a rematch clause with Canelo, he replied, "No, there isn't one." Asked if that was something he pushed for, he said, "No, I didn't." On whether there are any weight restrictions for the fight, he answered, "No, there aren't."